Church of Our Lady of Good Counsel and Shrine of Saint Anthony. Former Our Lady of Good Counsel Church, initially known by its name in Portuguese, Nossa Senhora de Bom Conselho, is one of the oldest churches in Bombay built by the Portuguese Franciscans. It was built at Sion and was initially affiliated to the St. Michael's Church at Mahim in 1596. The artistically done stained glass windows of the church portray the martyrdom of Blessed Thomas of Tolentino, Father James of Padua, Father Peter of Siena, a cleric, and Brother Demetrius of Typhilus at Thane, in April 1321. When the Portuguese took possession of Bombay, the 7 small islands out of which it had formed had by then partly coalesced. Colaba and Al Omanis still remained to the south, separated by narrow channels. But between the islands of Bombay, Mazagao and Parel the creeks had silted up. A broad but shallow lagoon occupied the center, invaded by higher tides, but for the most part consisting of salty mass. The sea flowed in by a narrow channel between Mahim and Worli, while the deep gulf between Mahim and Sion, while the deep gulf at Breach Candy was the only one which always required passage by boat. This 7-island kingdom, as some authors wish to call it, thus identifying it with the Heptanasia of Ptolemy, was not thickly populated. The inhabitants, with the exception of some Mohammedans at Mahim, were mostly Hindus of the Kolis and the Bandari castes, agriculturists, toddy tappers, gardeners, fishermen. Only after they had established themselves in Bisang and Sunset Island did the Franciscans venture on Bombay Island. In the course of the 16th and the 17th centuries, the Franciscans established several churches and chapels in Bombay. Among them was the Chapel of Our Lady of Good Counsel, Sion. The discord between the Portuguese, the friars were Portuguese, and the English resulted in the expulsion of the Franciscans from Bombay. In 1925, the Franciscans of the ancient Provincia Angliae arrived in India. For 3 years they worked in Hyderabad. The Franciscans of Bellary, formed in 1928, looked to Bombay to ultimately establish a Franciscan friary because Bombay possessed a large and excellent body of Catholics and vocations were numerous. In the course of 1943-1944, Archbishop Roberts offered the friars the choice of 3 places: Baikala, Chembur or Sion. It was decided to accept Baikala with a view of setting up a new parish there. However, it soon became evident that it would not be possible to find a suitable plot for a parish and residence in Baikala as the prices were prohibitive. A proposal was then made that the friars should take over St. Ignatius Church at Jacob Circle. Again difficulties, financial and otherwise, came in the way, so that this idea too had to be dropped. In the meantime, Archbishop, now Cardinal, Gracias, allowed the friars to review their original choice and apply for Sion, which, up to then had only been a chapel, dependent on St. Michael's Church Mahim. The chapel was separated from Mahim, constituted it into an independent parish, and entrusted it to the Franciscans. Since the residence of Sion constituted of only 2 rooms that served as quarters for the fathers, refectory, library, parish and school office, a loan was obtained to extend the residence and erect new premises.